Hello, everyone. It is I, the Fable of Fables, your new best friend. What's this? Fables reacting to even more Transformers content? Yes, I am. I just want to just let you know that yes, I am kind of reacting to some of your suggestions from before. Mostly because I've been reading the comic and I've been kind of having like a fix on this. So bear with me. I'm gonna go through some of the requests you guys did months ago. So if you see that, please, yes. So yeah, this time we're reacting to Carter. He's got two characters for me, Warpath and Sea Spray. I'm gonna be completely honest. I have no idea who Warpath is. I saw him in the comic and I saw him in the new IDW. Sorry, not IDW. The new Skybound run, and all I want to say is, huh? His design's kind of cool. I didn't know he existed. I don't think he's an obscure character, but huh? That's all I want to say. Let's get started, shall we? I do like his design. It's kind of cool. And look at him. He's like a tank boy. He's a legitimate tank boy.
I felt like going with a popular request from the comments section this week, so for this episode we're
Ooh.
looking at the basics on the Autobot tank who lives life loud, Warpath. The original Warpath toy was first released in the second year of the Transformers franchise, 1985. He was part of the year's assortment of small-scale Autobot mini-vehicles, and he transformed into an M551 Sheridan tank. Warpath and the other mini-vehicles released...
Beachcomber! Beachcomber, I love you. I love... Oh, I've actually seen this at the local Walmart, the Cosmos one. I might do a reaction to him because I'm kind of curious. His design is very interesting. But Beachcomber, my boy,
1985
I
were
love him.
some of the first brand new Transformers toys that
Hey,
hadn't
look at Sea
previously been
Spray.
available as
We're
part
gonna
of the
make a video of him
Japanese toy
next.
line. It's generally thought that they were designed for Takara's Micro Change line, but wound up going unproduced until Transformers. The profile written for Warpath by Marvel Comics writer Bob Budiansky characterized him as a tough,
Ah,
loudmouthed sharpshooter. Despite his tendency to show off, he was well liked by his fellow Autobots for his boisterous, good-humoured attitude, though he could be easily upset or depressed by the slightest scratch to his pride and joy, his gun barrel.
oh my god.
Unfortunately, this personality didn't really have room to shine in the stories that Budiansky wrote for the Marvel comic book, in which Warpath was a member of an underground Autobot resistance unit on Cybertron, who came to Earth over the Decepticon space bridge. Probably his most notable comic role was in a story written exclusively for the United Kingdom's version of the series, in which he helped defend Washington, D.C. against the Insecticons.
Ooh, well, damn.
Warpath enjoyed greater prominence in the Transformers animated series. He was the first to appear of the new characters added to the show during its second season, though no explanation was offered for where he and most of the other characters had come from.
Of course they
While he
did it.
never got his own truly dedicated solo spotlight episode, Warpath's high-energy, high-volume attitude, and his fondness for throwing onomatopoeic exclamations into the middle of his sentences meant that he always made an impression whenever he appeared.
Interesting.
Shoot me in the back, will you? Well, zap, zap! Let's get in there and wham, bang, kick some tail!
Oh my god, I like his
Warpath's most
speech pattern.
significant
It's so
adventure in the
silly.
series saw him travel back in time to medieval England with Hoist and human friend Spike Witwicky,
Oh my
where
god.
they had to overcome the technological limitations of the past to stop Starscream from altering history. The continued availability of Warpath's
I'm gonna be honest. I'm pretty sure the fact that you, Spike, Hoist, and Starscream went to the past already messed with the timeline. But all right.
toy in 1986 ensured that he also showed up in the show's third season, notably leading the Autobot mini-vehicles in an unsuccessful effort to protect their volcano headquarters from an attack by the massive Decepticon Trypticon.
Not Tripticon.
After Warpath's toy was discontinued in 1987, the character was quietly phased out of both the cartoon and the comic, and he wouldn't be heard from again until the 21st century. The first new incarnation of Warpath hailed from the world of the live-action movies, and was introduced in the first film's tie-in toy line in 2008. A recolor of the Autobot Overhaul from 2005's Transformers Cybertron, this Warpath had no real connection to the original character, save for a red paint job and a chest-mounted cannon. He transformed into an off-road vehicle, and he wasn't big into following orders, preferring to fight Decepticons in his own way, on his own terms. Warpath wasn't featured in the films themselves, but he did appear in tie-in comic books, as part of a group of Autobots who remained behind on Cybertron after Optimus Prime's crew left the planet. Captured by the Decepticons, Warpath and his comrades were forced to construct a replica of the mystic relic, the Allspark, and were then killed by the villains in a failed attempt to use their life forces to power the cube. A movie universe version of Warpath based on the original character would later be featured in the tie-in video game to 2011 sequel Dark.
Not gonna lie, that's a pretty cool design. Like, it's like really gritty and angry, but I love it. Not gonna lie, yeah.
In which he took on Megatron in a one-on-one fight.
Oh damn!
Warpath returned to TV screens in 2009 in the third season of Transformers Animated, which depicted the character as a member of the Cybertron Elite Guard. A violent, bad-tempered soldier known for brutalizing prisoners, he arrested Autobot Prowl for trying to dodge the draft during the war.
Lousy draft dodging piece, Nick.
In the animated universe, Autobots don't transform into weapons of war, so rather than a tank, Warpath's alternate mode was a radar vehicle. But being the hostile type, Warpath modified his radar dish to turn it into a sonic pulse cannon. 2010's War for Cybertron video game introduced the Warpath of the Aligned continuity. A loud, energetic show-off, much like the original version of the character, this incarnation of Warpath transformed into a Cybertronian hover tank, and had been rendered partially deaf by the booming blasts of his own colossal cannon.
I've only got one setting, old-timer! Kablam!
Okay, I like the fact that he says things, like, I love his speech patterns, it's kind of funny.
He was personally selected by Optimus Prime to join him and Ironhide on a mission to reach Cybertron's core, and he reappeared in the 2012 sequel, Fall of Cybertron. Outside of these few significant, if short-lived incarnations of the...
To be honest, Warpath does actually seem... Okay, I'm gonna be honest, my opinion on him, he seems like a very interesting character, but you can't really do much with his character, especially since... It kind of seems like the writers didn't really want to do much with him, or could do much with him, since he's a hothead, very angry boy. And those of you that read the Skybound comics kind of know what happens to him, so it's like, oh, it's a little sad, but maybe with the right writer he can have a long Jeopardy, but,
character, Warpath's been limited to only minor roles in a small handful of media like mobile games and comic books, including those from Dreamwave Productions, in which he was among a group of Autobots who were captured by the human Earth Defense Command, and IDW Publishing, in which he served as part of a unit who were among the first Transformers to face the menace of Galvatron, and
not
to help fight
Galvatron!
off the incursion of the dead universe.
oh god.
But although there haven't been any toys of the new Warpath,
Okay, not gonna lie, I love these kind of toys, they're cool. This one's kind of nice up here. These ones are cool, yeah, very nice.
from Dark of the Moon, Animated, or War for Cybertron, the character has still enjoyed several new figures in various toy lines over the years, usually reimagined as a Cybertronian tank instead of an Earth one, including 2008's Transformers Universe, Transformers Generations in 2011,
Okay, the Generations one, now that I know what it's called, is kind of cool.
in which he received a larger than usual deluxe class figure, and most recently in 2015's Combiner Wars.
Ah, the Combiner Wars.
Tanks aren't very common alternate modes among Autobots, and that alone has helped to make Warpath a memorable and recurring character. Even if he's never been a major player, he can always be relied upon to be rolled out down through Transformers.
Yeah, that's what I thought was kind of interesting, because most of the attacked vehicles and stuff usually tend to be the Decepticons. So when I saw Warpath in the comic, I'm like, huh, who's he? He has an interesting design. He doesn't look like any normal Autobot I've ever seen. So the fact that he's unique, I'll be honest, I already said it already, but I honestly think that given the chance or given the right writer, they could make this character very interesting. But it seems like a lot of continuities kind of, sadly only do so much with him, and then he gets written off, which kind of sucks. But I don't know. I from what I know about many of the characters in the continuity, they can do something with him. They kind of break a lot of the other characters though, because Jesus.
History to give the good guys some extra firepower.
Right.
Blam!
Chris.
And those are the basics on Warpath. Zoom down to the comments and pow! Leave your thoughts on him below. Like and subscribe for more Transformers history and lore. Ring the bell to be notified about future episodes. And if you can, consider supporting the series on Patreon.
Alright, guys, if you like this kind of content, do like, comment, and subscribe. Tell me... Actually, I have a question now, just because I'm kind of curious. If you could write for Warpath, what would you do for him? Because, like I said, I think he's an interesting character with a lot of potential. But it just kind of feels like a lot of the time in continuities, they only do so much with him. Or in certain continuities, they kind of just kill characters off like crazy. Hell, I watched a video earlier talking about the fact that the current writer, like I think the early writer for fucking Skybound really loved to kill off characters, and it's just like, yeah, it kind of shows actually. Jesus Christ. Anyway, I want to say thank you again for watching this video. Make sure to check out Chris McFeely. Without him, we wouldn't be able to learn about all the obscure, really cool facts. I'm going to be reacting to another Transformers video. So, love you guys. I'll see you all later. If you want to support me, link to my Ko-Fi. Please help. We're running out of rainwater, chat. We're running out of rainwater. Cry.